let's make this quick. It's about 2 in the morning, so gotta keep the voice down. Anyway, episode 3 of Kiramager. In this episode, we get to learn a little bit more about the Blue Ranger. We find out that he's not exactly the calm, cool, collected Ranger that we were all thinking. Because I thought it was going to follow the same sort of persona that Bonba, the Ryuso Black, had in the previous season. But Bonba, he had a reason to be the way that he did. But with Kiramager Blue, he's an actor, and to an extent, I was kind of putting up a front. And interesting lesson is the Red Kiramager said he shouldn't have to always rely on himself. He should try to rely on others. So that was a nice message. He doesn't need to be the cool hero all the time, even though that's how they helped him do it. They had to feed his ego, to an extent, but then eventually he let them do their thing so that he could eventually do his thing, which I guess kind of relates to the whole theme of everybody needs to shine on their own for everyone to shine. Oh, we finally get to see the I think it's Kiramager, so it's all 5 mechs combined into one. It's only a matter of time before we find additional mechs that can combine and be, a different limb, armor, weapon, whatever. Unfortunately, I could not find any reference to any previous Super Sentai. I thought maybe the movie set is a reference to something before, or maybe the narrator or the reporter is, in reference to something before, but unfortunately I didn't catch anything. So, in that sense, I'm kind of pretty discouraged that Lupin Ranger, Pod Ranger thing, and the scratch logos were kind of one-offs. But we'll see. It's only the 3rd episode. Now, if I could think and speculate a little bit more, even though this is the 3rd episode, this is the 2nd monster of the week that we get, and I kind of noticed that both of the monsters of the week so far follow the same frame or silhouette or format. So, like I kind of mentioned before, the monster of the week is separate from the big mecha-sized kaiju monster, the regular-sized monster of the week. They were both kind of spandexed, caped, and then other than some small details, the only thing that was monster about them was the head or the helmet or the mask or whatever on the head, and that was the biggest thing that made them a monster. It didn't have a weird beast-like quality to it. They were very humanoid compared to most monsters of the week, where they either have a hunchback or a tail or a claws, or the body's huge and then the head's somewhere at the torso, kind of a thing. So I'm kind of curious if they decided to stick with that format for the season. So I'm kind of curious to see if the next monster of the week, or most of the monsters of the week, will follow that same format, because usually that style of monster is a one-off. I've maybe seen it in a few clips from the really early Super Sentai, and a few times when they're parodying or not parodying the Power Rangers, or when they're not parodying the Super Sentai. I haven't seen it much. I've probably seen it more in these 2 past episodes than the past 5 Super Sentai seasons that I watched, just to give a comparison. So, given that if they stick with that format and silhouette, I kind of want to say maybe they did it because if the villain group, if the enemy is also humanoid in shape and, silhouette and stature, then it serves as a closer contrast to the Rangers, and it can, let them shine more, I guess. Because if it's like a very beastly monster versus like a humanoid looking Super Sentai, then the difference is way too big and stark to really, give that contrast or difference. Whereas if they were both kind of humanoid, then it can kind of, let them shine through a little bit more, because they have to do a little more extra to stand out more, I guess is kind of what I'm thinking. But again, it's only the third episode. I can be proven wrong. I'm just speculating for fun. Gotta do something during these times, right? Maybe I've had a little bit too much time on my hands given the recent situation, Anyway, on to the next one.